soon.
I'm your host, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Prime Time Wrestling, where we feature the greatest professional athletes in the world, the superstars, in fact, of the World Wrestling Federation, and there are some tremendous guys around. No question in anybody's mind, Bobby.
And the hottest thing coming up in the world today is WrestleMania 3.
Well, there hasn't been a match of this magnitude ever. Not only since I've been around professional wrestling, but ever in the history of professional wrestling has a match of this magnitude gone down, like the match between Andre the Giant and the world's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan. I have to thank you for the invitation to come to the training camp in, I promised I wouldn't say where it was. I was impressed, to say the least.
I mean, your accommodations were fine.
Everything was fine.
Okay.
I was impressed. You know, I've known Andre ever since his inception into the world of professional wrestling, as I've known Hulk Hogan ever since he started in the world of professional wrestling. On occasion, I've had an opportunity to be a partner of Andre the Giant in a number of matches, as well as a pleasure was mine to be partner to Hulk Hogan, the world's heavyweight champion. Andre is more powerful now than I've ever seen him in his entire career. He's in better condition now than I've ever seen him. In fact, Andre the Giant is the most dangerous individual at this particular point in time of anyone that I can think of in the realm of professional sports.
Then it's safe to say you're a little more impressed this week than you were last.
I am indeed impressed.
The
with
odds
Andre
are
the Giant. Right now, we're going to go
changing
to
a bit.
Another big guy, Mr. Sika, in our opening bout against Moondog Spot. Let's go to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, to my left, from Samoa, weighing 300 pounds, Sika, the Samoan. His opponent, from parts unknown, is Moondog Spot.
Very unusual matchup here, and Spotty taking on the big 300-pound, what was he announced at?
300 pounds.
Well, it must have been before breakfast and lunch.
I hope every kid that's involved in amateur athletics watches this match. You're going to see some great wrestling here. Great moves, counter moves, holds, go behind, switches.
Are you trying to insinuate that Spotty or Sika are not capable of doing that? I know for a fact that Sika went under the tutelage of one of the great amateur Coach Thomas down in Pensacola, Florida.
No, I didn't insinuate anything like that. No, I didn't.
You gave that insinuation.
I did not.
Moondog Spot, former co-holder of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship. He doesn't have to take a backseat to anybody either.
I didn't say that.
Certainly.
You're trying to make the people dislike me, Monsoon.
No, you've already done that all by yourself. Whoa, look at this power slam. Wow. Over for a fast cover. I don't think he'll get Spotty that quick. Sneaks in underneath, front face lock. At least at the 320-pound mark, Sika.
That's on one side.
Yeah. Greatest wrestling event of all time about to come down March 29th. Silverdome, Pontiac, Michigan, the location. 90,000 plus will be on hand to witness what will undoubtedly be a happening.
That's correct. Bigger, better, and better.
Wrist lock out of there. What was he looking for? Looking around there. Maybe he was looking for Rex or
a milk bone
or something.
Fire plug, fire hydrant or something.
Front face lock once again. I'm surprised that the Wizard is not at ringside. Is he not the manager of Sika?
Yes, he is. Look up in the rafters. You never know where the Wizard is.
Well, he's always at around 38,000 feet somewhere. Says he's in direct
and climbing
communication with the late, great Grand Wizard of Wrestling.
I'll have to go by that if that's what he says.
That's what he claims. Maintaining control in this one with that front face lock. Got the height, the leverage, the weight. Not an easy hole for Spotty to get out of. Well, he backed into the ropes. That'll get him out. Referee making him step back. Moondog Spot considerably lighter than I've seen him in the past. Maybe
well, you can't tell sometimes against Sika.
Well,
Sika might make him look small.
Maybe he went from kennel racing to Alpo or something. You never know. Unloading now with some right hands, trying to stun the big guy. Didn't do it.
Maybe he just shed his coat. You never know.
Could be. Sika just absorbed all that like a big sponge. Now he's unloaded with the heavy artillery. Sika, of course, former co-holder of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship, along with his partner Alpha, at that time under the tutelage of one Captain Louis Albano, who is now retired.
Should have been retired 25 years ago.
How can you say that about a manager with his credentials, a man who made 16 pairs of tag team champions of the world?
Talk about credentials. If I started giving you my credentials, what I've done for this great sport.
Yeah, have you ever had a belt? You ever had anybody in your stable, family, have a belt? I mean, besides at the bar.
I'm not discussing that with you right now because you would just give a negative response to anything I said.
Does any member of your stable or family, excuse me, right now have a championship belt of any kind? No.
Not right yet.
No.
But I have the king.
Yeah, you've got some weather-beaten crown guy. Handsome. Harley Race. Chop right underneath the chin. Over for very nonchalant on that as Spotty sneaks out the back door and right back into that front face lock once again. Look at the kisser on Sika. Huh.
You have to look out your window some night about 3 in the morning and see that looking in at you.
Yeah, or 3 in the afternoon.
Or just know he's in the neighborhood.
Very dangerous individual. Derogatory chant going out here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens against Big Sika from the Isle of Samoa, who I understand still has a few cannibalistic tendencies. Spotty trying to get something going, but really can't. Referee trying to get him to break in the corner there. Not before he unleashed another big right hand. Surprise, Spotty's still on his feet. It's like World War III out there. Makes me glad I retired. Still hanging on to that front face lock, having a whole lot of success with it.
See, I told you there'd be wrestling. I tried to make the people think I wasn't knowledgeable about this sport.
Well, we haven't seen any step over toe holds or flying mares or drop kicks or flying head scissors or short arm scissors or rolling of fireman's carries or anything like that, but we're seeing wrestling.
Flying cradle.
Flying Fernums, cradles, yes.
But I guess if you want to see all that stuff, you'd have to go back and look at some film footage of your greatest matches.
Oh no, there are plenty of guys right here today in the World Wrestling Federation who can do all that. In fact,
Name me
you
one. Name me
better
one.
have that in your repertoire. Name you one.
Yeah, name me one.
One prime example, of course, is world's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan.
Okay, name me 2.
Killer Bees have outstanding wrestling ability. Hart Foundation has outstanding wrestling ability. Notice I didn't mention King Kong Bundy.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm waiting for. What about Hercules? What about the King?
Hercules, so far all I've seen is him rely on tremendous power and strength. Harley Race does some tremendous moves inside that squared circle.
Mr. Wonderful.
Spotty getting things going now. Irish whipping on the big guy. Nails him with an elbow. Couldn't knock him down, though.
I think that's the secret. If you can get Sika down and keep him down.
There's a mare got him over.
See, Sika's aware. You can't keep him down.
Spotty on the second turnbuckle from the inside. Plants one to the forehead. That didn't even bother Sika. Look at this. Reversal. Uh-oh, here it comes. Samoan drop. Get the hot shower ready. This one is history. Sika having a good time here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens at the expense of Moondog Spot.
Here is your winner, Sika, the Samoan.
Well, just when Spotty thought he might have had things going his way just a little bit. The big guy decided to head for the locker room. Put him away with that patented Samoan drop of his. Let's go back and take a look at it. Here it comes. Once he gets you up in that fireman's carry position, right here, he turned the tables with a nice reversal. Now watch this. As Spotty comes out, the momentum is there. Right up, one continuous movement. Wham, all right down on the sternum. Knocks the wind out of him. And believe me, that is curtains. We'll be back. Sika, certainly an extremely dangerous person, inside and outside the ring.
I'd say.
You never know what he's going to do. He's such an unorthodox individual.
And neither does he.
Well, you know, let's get back to last week. Last Wednesday, in fact, when I was up at your little den of iniquity, shall we say.
Training camp.
Training camp. One thing is lacking, I found. Andre doesn't think for himself. Andre depends on you at this particular point in time for some unknown reason to do all his thinking for him, all his talking for him. However, come March 29th, somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 p.m. Eastern Time, he's going to have to step in there, in between the ropes and inside the ring. Not you.
Oh, no.
Him.
Him.
He'll have to do that.
Right. And the reason I'm doing all his talking for him now and all his thinking for him now is so he won't have to be bothered with anything but one thing on his mind, Hulk Hogan.
Well, that can backfire, and as we get farther on into the program today, I'll tell you exactly how it can backfire.
I would tell you something if I knew something. I think it's fair just to tell me.
Please, why are you pressuring me about this? Are you worried? Are you concerned? Obviously you are.
No, I'm looking at you. I know your career, Monsoon. You are a wrestling legend. You're an expert. You've done it all. And if you found something that I need to know about Andre, I would appreciate it.
What makes you think I would tell you?
I invited you up there. I foot the bill for you.
Please.
You ate like you were going to the chair.
Special match coming up right now. Ron Bass and Special Delivery Jones. Let's go to ringside. Give me a break.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Antigua in the West Indies, weighing 254 pounds, Special Delivery Jones. His opponent is from Houston, Texas, weighing 266 pounds, Outlaw Ron Bass.
Outlaw Ron Bass entering the World Wrestling Federation here with some very impressive credentials, Brain.
You know, Blackjack Mulligan is trying to copy this guy.
Huh, who's trying to copy who?
Mulligan is, he's trying to live off this guy's reputation.
Highly unlikely. Blackjack Mulligan, what, must weigh an additional, what would you say, 70 or 80 pounds bigger than Ron Bass?
Yeah, I'd say that. Plus, the Outlaw has probably had a few more showers than Bass and Mulligan in that red, dirty underwear he wears.
Please. Everything and anything that can happen in the world of professional wrestling has certainly happened, especially as far as WrestleMania 3 is concerned. The big extravaganza to go down March 29th, Silverdome, Pontiac, Michigan. You are very much involved in all this.
That's correct.
As usual,
that
sticking
is
your
correct.
nose in where it doesn't belong. Oh, nice reversal by S.D. Jones.
When it comes to WrestleMania, professional wrestling, the best in the world, I'm involved.
I don't know what you did, how you bribed, or whether you kidnapped one of Andre's family members, or what you did to get Andre the Giant to come over to your side of the street, so to speak. I'm going to find out.
Find out. You can ask me. I'll be glad to tell you. He's tired of people using him. He's tired of being pushed around by the likes of Hogan, you, and everybody else.
SD with a high cross body. Down goes. Whoa, was that close? SD certainly doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody in the world of professional wrestling. Ron Bass are looking for a little assistance here right now. Complaining about a tights pull. I didn't see that from our vantage point.
Well, then again, we're not in the ring. We don't know. I'd have to go along
we're
with
sitting right here. We can reach up and touch it.
Well, but different view, different angle. I'm just trying to be objective, trying to be fair.
Are you watching the monitor? That's the only way you can be fair. You don't watch the monitor.
I'm watching the monitor.
Okay.
That's That's it. Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
That's a thing with the picture on it. Here.
I know what it is.
Extensive world traveler, Ron Bass has wrestled, oh my God, I don't know how many foreign countries. Japan, Australia, South America, Puerto Rico, England, France. Got rid of, oh, nice knee, well placed in the lower abdomen area. A little bit slow on that move. Ron looks like he hasn't missed too many meals either.
Looks in good shape. SD looks like he's lost some weight.
SD with that spinning arm wringer. That's a key with a guy like Bass. Find something, go to work on it. Rather than trying to attack the whole body, pick out one specific spot and go to work on it.
Yeah, there's no sense working on his head. Nothing in there.
Talking about Ron Bass.
No, I'm talking about SD.
Oh.
That's what I say.
Easiest way to break the hold right there is stepping through the ropes.
Yeah, I've never understood that. A man goes for the ropes and everybody boos him. They think he took the easy way out.
Well, he did.
Quarterback runs for the sideline so he won't get killed, and everybody applauds it as a brilliant play.
Different sport.
I know it is a different sport. I'm aware of that.
Irate. SD whipped into the corner. Look out. A little bit lethargic on that move. SD was gone a long time before he ever appeared on the scene. I'll tell you something, a lot of guys step into the ring and their name appears on a contract with Special Delivery Jones. They think it's going to be some kind of a picnic, a party. It's not.
Well, if he wasn't something, he wouldn't be in the World Wrestling Federation.
Say that again.
And I like to wrestle a guy like SD Jones. I like people in my family to wrestle a guy like Jones. Because when you beat him, you're beating somebody.
You'd like to wrestle SD Jones?
Ah, piece of cake.
Why don't you make up your mind? You want to be a manager? You want to be a wrestler? What do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Oh, there goes S. Oh, lucky for him, he landed right on his feet. But unfortunately, Ron Bass coming right around the back door. Look out. Rammed him right into the steel post.
You better watch his count, Monsoon. Ooh. Wow.
Huh. That'll give you a negative attitude. Let me ask you, Brain, is Ron Bass have somebody watching out for him more or less in a managerial aspect or not? You have any designs on him?
Well, I'm kind of tied up right now. You know, I'm pretty busy. I'm going to be managing the world's champion and with the King and Mr. Wonderful and King Kong Bundy and the Hercules. I'm pretty busy. I couldn't, I could be fair. I guess I could devote enough time to anybody. I'm the Brain. I can handle any situation, but I'm pretty busy right now.
What are your thoughts on the suspension for life of Danny Davis, the infamous referee? Life plus 10, I understand.
I don't think it was fair. Whether you like what Danny Davis did or not, he still should have been given a hearing. And who is Jack Tunney to take somebody's livelihood away from them?
Well, I'm kind of down on hearings right now after the last hearing that you appeared at. Hearings really don't impress me anymore. It was a long time overdue in my book that Danny Davis was eliminated from doing any kind of officiating inside that squared circle.
Well, he should have been fined or maybe suspended for a month or a trial or a hearing or something. But for life, I mean, that's pretty strong.
I think it was just the right amount of strength involved there by our World Wrestling Federation President Jack Tunney.
I think he had just heard enough static. You know, Tunney's the kind of a guy, he don't want to hear a lot of static. He don't want a bunch of letters. He don't want people camping on his doorstep. He took the easy way out. He thought he'd make everybody happy. He's just a glad hander.
He did. He made everybody happy.
Didn't make Danny Davis happy.
He made the Colonel happy.
But look at it. It might all blow up in his face. It might turn around and be a productive stroke for Danny Davis.
Yeah, would you like to expound on that?
Well, he's with the Colonel now.
Yes.
Jimmy Hart. You know, Jimmy Hart's a manager of champions. So what can I say?
Yeah, champions created by Danny Davis. SD Jones unloading with those lefts. He is a southpaw. There's the big headbutt, and down goes Bass. Looking for timeout once again. Irish whip in. Watch out. Went downstairs with that one right in the breadbasket.
I think it was a little lower than that.
Oh.
Are you watching the monitor?
I am.
I wasn't. See, I'm trying to get both views. I'm trying to be fair.
Well, you can't, well, if you want to be right, you watch the monitor because that's what the folks at home are seeing. SD quickly over the top row, ran right into that flying elbow. Shades of Blackjack Mulligan, 2 count. In fact, that was just like the move that Blackjack Mulligan
No, that's right. But he's the one that originated. Mulligan's the one that's been copying this man.
Please. Very impressive victory. Hard fought over Special Delivery Jones.
Here is your winner, Outlaw Ron Bass.
Outlaw Ron Bass got an education here earlier on. Let's go back and take a look at how he finally put away Special Delivery.
With the patented, may I say, outlaw elbow.
Yeah, shades of Blackjack Mulligan. There it is there. Mulligan, with, of course, with a whole lot more weight behind his particular move. But that was enough to knock the stuffings out of Special Delivery Jones. And a 3 count easily put on by big Ron Bass. The Outlaw will be back. I would like to see a match between the Outlaw, Ron Bass, and my good friend, Big Blackjack Mulligan. Would you not like to see a match of that nature?
Yeah, that'd be a good match.
Yeah, it certainly would.
You know, Mulligan's got a saying.
He's got a lot of sayings.
It'll take a good man to beat him, but it won't take him long.
That's not one of his sayings.
It isn't it?
No, it isn't. Believe me, it isn't. Well, last week, Bobby, we talked about how you were really not ecstatic about the Hulk's acceptance, his verbal acceptance.
No.
This week, we're going to see, in fact, the written contract signing.
That's right.
Of this, how would you put it, momentous occasion, this match to end all matches, I would say.
History-making match.
There's no question in my mind that if you know, anybody that's ever been involved in the world of professional sports will want to be a part of this event because it is indeed an earth-shattering event that's coming up.
There's going to be a title
Silverdome, Pontiac, Michigan, March 29th, 4 p.m. Greatest event of all time, WrestleMania 3. We'll be back right after this. The most prestigious event of 1987 will undoubtedly be WrestleMania 3, happening obviously.
How much do you want?
How much do I want for what?
I know you're holding out for something. You found something wrong, and you're waiting for me to make some big offer.
I'm not waiting for you to make any kind of offer.
Well, then why don't you tell me?
Tell you what?
You said you went to the training camp.
Yes, I did.
And you said it was more than you thought it'd be, and you said Andre was in the best shape of his career.
That was my opinion, yes.
And you also said he impressed you more than he's ever has.
Obviously.
And you said, well, you noticed something.
Yes.
And I said, what? You said, turn around, let's watch this. I said, I want to know.
I'm not about to you're the brain. I should have to tell you something? I'm not about to tell you.
Well, I don't work with Andre in training. I handle the business, and I have a staff of people.
I can't help it if you're a little bit short-handed when it comes to the actual physical part of the match.
Well, what
right
can
now,
I do in there with Andre the
very
Giant?
Prestigious signing.
Talking about it, Salon or Tokyo. Could have been Tokyo. Could have been any place. Could have been the Wembley Stadium. Could have been Pasadena Rose. Of course it could have. Pontiac Silverdome. That's what it's going to I'll tell you what, I'm giving the people of Michigan and the officials at the Silverdome a lot of credit, along with President Tunney.
Fine, do what you want.
Gentlemen, excuse me. Gentlemen, please. We are here for the most auspicious signing for any heavyweight title match in history, as you all know. Let me introduce, just for the record, some of the dignitaries who are with us at this time for this historic event. First of all, Bobby the Brain Heenan, representing the challenger, the 8th wonder of the world from Grenoble, France, Andre the Giant. To my right, the heavyweight champion of the world from Venice Beach, California, Hulk Hogan. And to my immediate left, the distinguished president of the World Wrestling Federation, Mr. Jack Tunney. Mr. Tunney, get on with the proceedings.
Would you please sign on the dotted line, Mr. Rusimov?
Whoa. Slow down here, Mr. Tunney, Mr. President. A few things I want to go over with you first.
Fine.
When we had a discussion about this championship belt,
Yes?
I want a new championship belt.
That's agreed.
This one was made and designed for this human being, and I use that term very, very loosely. I want one made that will fit a man, fit a giant of a man, somebody that can represent the world of professional wrestling, not like this man. And another thing, I just want you to get one thing straight, Hogan. 15 years this man's gone undefeated. The 3 years you've been world's champion, you've talked behind his back, you've laughed at him, you never once gave this man an opportunity. Now he's got that opportunity.
Sign it if you're gonna sign it.
Sign under his name, Mr. Hogan.
I've signed a lot of things, signed a lot of contracts. Never thought it would come to this. Thought it was you, man. But it's both of you. You're both sick. You're both sick. If you wanted a title shot, all you had to do was ask me. I'd have gave you anything, man. Andre, you were bigger than the world title to me. Yeah, I'll sign it. I'm gonna get your attention too in WrestleMania. When you tore my shirt off, man, when you tore the cross, you tore the heart and soul out of all the little Hulksters, man. Not just me. We're gonna get your attention, man. Yeah, we're gonna get your attention.
Now you signed that contract. You think I tell you everything you know in professional wrestling? But I didn't. And believe me, WrestleMania 3 will be your last lesson. Et ça va me faire vraiment plaisir de le faire, crois-moi. Parce que pour la dernière fois...
Speak to me in English when you talk to me. As far as I'm concerned, it's not signed in ink. It's signed in blood.
If you want me to speak in English, I will speak in the ring in WrestleMania. Au revoir.
You're obviously very happy now.
Of course I'm happy now. I have it documented.
You have a
in
document.
ink.
President of the World Wrestling Federation in attendance?
Yeah, but that didn't really mean nothing.
Well, that makes it even more official.
It makes it official, but I
It
still
was
don't trust
official
him.
as far as I'm concerned. As soon as the Hulk said, yes, I will.
People, you take people by their word, don't you?
Well, yeah.
And a handshake probably be good enough for you.
Of course.
You loan me $500,000?
You know, for you, highly
See,
unlikely.
you can't trust anybody. I don't trust
I don't
anybody.
trust you. That's for sure.
I don't trust me.
I don't know of
trust
anybody
you
that
either.
trusts you. Except maybe Miss Betty. But she's got plenty of her own hang-ups.
Don't worry about Miss Betty.
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you stick your nose in and have things to do with having a new belt made?
Okay, I'll tell you exactly why. The belt they have right now was made for Hulk Hogan.
So what?
So it doesn't fit Andre the Giant. It was made for somebody
Let's go now to our
smaller.
special WrestleMania 3
New
report.
belt is on the way. What does that tell you?
This is the WrestleMania Report. I'm Gene Okerlund. Surprise! Yes, yet even another match has been added to WrestleMania 3. Because of what happened recently in the Snake Pit between the Honky Tonk Man and Jake the Snake Roberts, challenge exchanges have been made and the match has been signed. Now even bigger, better, and better WrestleMania 3. A grand total of 12 exciting matches. The Honky Tonk Man with Jimmy, the mouth of the South Hart, in his corner to meet Jake Roberts. And in the Snake's corner, no, not Damien, but a man very familiar with snakes, none other than rock sensation Alice Cooper. It should be something else. More action as part of the biggest wrestling extravaganza of all time. Here's the rundown. The Can-Am Connection, Rick Martel and Tom Zink, combining their talents to meet Don Morocco and Cowboy Bob Orton. In their corner, manager Mr. Fuji. Coco Beware, the Birdman, electrifying indeed, to meet the natural Butch Reed. And speaking of managers, the Doctor of Style, Slick, will be in the corner of Butch Reed. Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, former tag team champions, will be meeting the Killer Bees, B. Brian Blair and Jumpin' Jim Brunzell. In a battle of the big and powerful men, Hercules squares off against Billy Jack Haynes. Both men possess devastating full Nelsons. In a mixed six-man tag, how about this combo? King Kong Bundy teaming up with midgets Lord Littlebrook and Little Tokyo to meet Hillbilly Jim, his partners, the Haiti Kid, and Little Beaver. There is more action as part of WrestleMania 3. The King of Wrestling, Harley Race, to meet the Junkyard Dog. Race managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan. By the way, The loser in this matchup will have to kneel and bow to the winner in front of 93,000 plus at the Silverdome. The Rougeau brothers, Jacques and Raymond, to meet former tag team champions. I'm talking about Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake. By the way, in their corner, in addition to luscious Johnny V, will be Canadian Dino Bravo. And he is not necessarily friendly to the likes of the Rougeaus. Intercontinental champion Macho Man Randy Savage will defend against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. In Steamboat's corner, George the Animal Steele. In the opposing corner of Macho Man Randy Savage, the lovely Elizabeth. Here's a great six-man tag. The British Bulldogs plus Tito Santana to meet the Hart Foundation and Danny Davis, their partner in his first appearance as a professional wrestler. How about this one, the farewell match for Rowdy Roddy Piper when he meets Adrian Adonis. By the way, there has been some discussion between these two men. If one could put the other out, there'll be some hair missing. That could be a hair-raising experience as part of WrestleMania 3. Here's the big one. They're talking about it not only here, but all over the world. Heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan to defend his crown against challenger Andre the Giant. And by the way, in the corner of Andre will be Bobby the Brain Heenan. If anybody's going to be in Hulk's corner at this point in time, I do not know. And remember, Jake the Snake Roberts to meet the Honky Tonk Man. All right, the stars of the World Wrestling Federation Superstars are going to be part and parcel to WrestleMania 3 at the Silverdome, including Mr. Baseball as guest ring announcer, my very dear close personal friend, Mr. Bob Uecker. Recently, Bobby the Brain Heenan happened to run into Mr. Baseball. Let's take a look.
Hey, Bobby, I can't tell you how excited I am about WrestleMania coming up, man. I'm in. And you're going to announce the next world's heavyweight champion, Andre the Giant. You got that right, buddy. And one of the reasons I wanted to do WrestleMania 3 is because I want to be like Bobby Heenan. I love what you wear. You want to try this on, pal? Yes. Come on, it's the first time you have something with your name in the back without a number. You gotta be kidding. Oh, all right. Now, Bobby, that's why you were traded. Give me that thing back now. All right, let me pose down for you, Bobby. You just like announce the champion, pal. That's all you got to do. The champion, Andre the Giant. Who knows? We'll all be there. WrestleMania 3. Got it.
All right, in addition to Bob Uecker from Entertainment Tonight, the lovely Mary Hart will be the official guest timekeeper. Right now, Jesse the Body Ventura is standing by with Mary Hart.
This is Jesse the Body Ventura with Entertainment Tonight's Mary Hart. Mary is going to be the official timekeeper at WrestleMania 3. Now, Mary, I got to warn you. I will be up in the broadcast booth. I will not be down by ringside, so you're not going to be able to see my beautiful body that close to you. Don't be thinking about me now. You got to watch the watch. You understand that?
Jesse, there's just one thing. When you talk to me late at night on the phone, it's so much softer.
Don't let them know that.
Okay, I'll be there.
All right, in addition to Mary Hart from Entertainment Tonight and Bob Uecker from baseball fame, kicking it all off at WrestleMania 3, the First Lady of Soul, the great one, Aretha Franklin, cranking up America the Beautiful. Aretha with such great hits in the past as Respect. And, of course, A Natural Woman, more recently, The Freeway of Love. And Who's Zoomin' Who? Aretha, it is great to have you as a big part of WrestleMania 3. Don't forget now, Alice Cooper will be in the corner of Jake the Snake Roberts, the bizarre rock star. Alice Cooper in Jake Roberts' corner when he meets Honky Tonk Man as part of WrestleMania 3.
I don't see what big deal it makes. You know, at the height of my career, I was at 440 pounds, and I was the United States heavyweight champion. I was the All-Asiatic heavyweight champion. I was a number of times co-holder to the World Tag Team Championship belts. None of those belts ever fit me. I just threw them over my shoulder. It was no big deal.
Maybe you didn't care about appearance. I care about it. Andre cares about it. He wants that belt to fit him. He wants to stand in the middle of that ring in front of 90-some thousand people. And when that belt is strapped around his waist...
He's on an ego trip, like you are.
If you don't have an ego in life, you don't have an ego in life,
right now we're going to go to the guy
from
the 82nd Airborne, Corporal Kersner, against a very, shall I say, unorthodox individual in John K-9. Let's go to the ring.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making his way to the ring, from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, weighing 263 pounds, Corporal Kersner.
He was in the
Canadian Air Force?
No, he was in the U.S. Air Force, 82nd Airborne.
But he's got a Canadian flag, right?
Oh, it's only fitting. We're here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens.
Trying to buy fans.
I guarantee you, he'd have got the same reception if he walked out here without a flag.
His opponent, accompanied by his manager, known worldwide as the Doctor of Style, Slick. From Samoa,
let me tell you people something. Why don't you shut your mouth and show a little respect for the greatest wrestling mind in professional wrestling today? Now then, my main man, the natural Butch Reed, is supposed to be here tonight, but he's got the flu. So I decided to give shut your mouth while I'm talking. So I decided to give him the night off. However, I do have a most suitable opponent replacement for him.
Hey, Slick, since you can give your man the night off, why don't you take his place?
Corporal Kersner issuing a challenge to the Slickster, who claims that the natural Butch Reed has got the flu. There goes Slick.
What is it with Kersner?
I think that the natural's got more of a problem than that. I think he has a back problem. Got a big yellow streak running right down the middle of it.
No, Hogan's the one with the yellow streak. Have you ever had the flu or been sick?
Absolutely.
Okay, what's wrong with that? Everybody in any job has missed work because they're sick. That can happen.
Somehow I can't believe that when it comes out of the mouth of the Slickster. He's such a fountain of misinformation all the time. John Canine filling in for the natural Butch Reed. Understand you were looking to get your hands on this guy's contract not too long ago.
I've been approached by Mr. Canine. We've talked, and down the road in years to come, you never know. He's aggressive. He's a thinking man in that ring.
He's a fruitcake.
No, he's not. What are you saying? You guys crazy? He's not all there?
He doesn't have both oars in the water, I'll tell you that.
No, but he's got both feet in the ring.
Did you have an intelligent conversation with him? Well, you probably could.
Yes, I can have an intelligent conversation with anyone. It's obvious. I'm sitting here talking to you.
Canine feeling the wrath of this capacity crowd here in Toronto. Corporal put a stop to that in a hurry.
I'll tell you, a little seasoning and this Canine's going to be trouble down the road.
Talking about salt and pepper? Or
no, I'm talking some little more ring time. One good victory under his belt had really escalated, really pushed him, give him that push he needs. Mentally, confidence he needs.
Highly unlikely that he would get that kind of a victory over a guy like Corporal Kersner.
Anybody can beat anybody at any time.
That's true.
And Kersner, obviously, at any given time, can beat himself.
Corporal very impressive in his winning ways since coming to the World Wrestling Federation. Always got that adrenaline flowing hot and heavy before he ever hits the ring.
And he's going to make a mistake. See, he's starting to crowd Canine. Canine's just sucking him in. He's going to make a mistake, Kersner. You watch and see.
Side headlock by the Corporal. Hat full of hair got rid of him.
Take a walk, Canine. Take a walk. Take a walk. Bail out if you have to. Set him up.
Oh, there was a mistake there. He almost tripped and fell face forward. He could have got pinned on that move.
Could have pinned himself on that move. You almost saw the flying cradle there.
Wow. Handful of hair again. Dumps the Corporal out of there.
K9 makes a couple bad mistakes. He turns his back.
Yeah, like putting on his shoes.
No.
Putting on his wrestling boots.
Anytime anybody shows some spark of greatness, you have to put him down.
Where's the spark of greatness? Give me a break. K9 gets rid of the corporal. Look out. Shoulder block well executed up quickly. And he meets another one. Reversal of the hip lock. And wow, right? That's how you break your leg right there.
Boy.
K9 keeps coming in and he keeps getting caught. Corporal got him up there in the slam for power slam, yes. K9 heading for lower ground.
About 2 minutes too late on that last move. You know, if I managed Kersner, everybody'd be screaming about wearing combat boots with a steel toe. Those fatigue pants with all the pockets.
Who said steel toe?
I imagine there is. But they sure say that about me if I was managing him. But no, since he waves the flag, he can do whatever he wants.
Those are only wrestling boots that resemble some assimilation to paratroopers boots. They're not paratroopers
I think they are. Who knows what's in those pockets, those baggy pants?
Corporal Kersner certainly had a tougher time, is having a tougher time than I expected. What are you smiling about now?
I just heard some good friends of mine.
Who are they? Who's that?
Mr. and Mrs. Dunn from Puerto Rico will be in for
They are.
WrestleMania 3. Yes.
Direct to the Silverdome from,
right there.
from
No
the Caribbean.
trouble. First class flight.
I know those folks. I'd be happy to see them. This match, the conclusion coming up in just a moment. We'll be right back.
Lovely lady.
What is that particular thing significant of that Johnny K9 does? He gets up in a corner and gives. The only other time I ever saw that was in a movie called 1984. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember going to the show in
Big Brother watching and things like that. Let's go back to the match.
Big Brother's going to be watching.
World Wrestling Federation doing a tremendous job as always. Worldwide organization featuring the best in professional wrestling, the greatest professional athletes in the world. You're looking at one right here in Corporal Kersner. You have to have some very impressive credentials even to get your foot in the door.
That's correct. Who trained Kersner, by the way?
Who trained him? World's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan.
Who broke in Hillbilly Jim to the sport?
World's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Who is the greatest professional wrestler in the world today? World's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan. Who is the most idolized professional athlete in the world today? World's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan. Who has the greatest win record in professional wrestling today? World's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan. Who has been reigning champion for the past 3 years as the heavyweight champion of the world? World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan. Who has been a thorn in your side ever since you came to the World Wrestling Federation?
Gorilla Monsoon and Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan and Gorilla Monsoon, you're right.
But a thorn can be pulled out.
Everything is possible.
That's right. Hope everybody remembers that. Everything is possible.
Time changes everything. K9 spent an awful lot of time outside the ring. Now he's looking to start all over with a nice handshake.
Nice, gracious move.
Yeah. However, I don't believe he really means it.
I sure hope he don't.
Oh, he tried to sucker him in and got caught instead. Perhaps an atomic drop, yes. Imagine that. Make a wish, Corp.
K9's best bet is to go over on his stomach, turn over. He can't do it.
Corporal dropped one right in there, right in the lower abdomen area.
immediate disqualification if I was officiating.
I'm sure.
Where is Danny Davis when you need him?
Danny Davis has been put out to pasture, suspended for life plus 10 years. I love it. Corporal telegraphed that move, and Canine got out of the corner in a hurry.
Now what Canine's got to do is not let him lay on that floor, not let him get his wind back, not let him recover. Because I don't get involved in other people's business. His best now to go on that floor and run his back into the ring post.
This was a perfect opportunity for Canine to go directly to the locker room and forget about it.
Now, see, he's turning his back. He just needs that seasoning.
You see that crossed forearm sign that he just gave?
Yes. You know what that's symbolic of?
No.
I don't either.
Well, the only other time I ever saw that was in a movie called 1988. Do you remember that movie? Where
No.
Big Brother was watching everyone?
Was that the one starring Myrna Loy and Jack Tunney?
I'm not sure who were the stars. But Jack Tunney was not Jack Tunney, that's for sure. Backbreaker, well executed.
Well, that was all the President's Men. I remember that one.
He asked you to show him the way to the locker room, perhaps. He's looking for a little guidance. Another backbreaker, well executed.
There.
Canine hooks the leg, but he's really not over on top.
No, he's not. If he'd have been up on his shoulders, hooked that leg, he'd have had a win, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He'd have had a win.
Could have been a big feather in his cap. A couple of more feathers, he could fly right out of here. Shot, oh, what a clothesline. Canine does some things at times very well.
But he's taking too much time now. He's more
Going
concerned
up
with
in the what we call high-risk area. Long way down from up there. There it is. Bombs away, nobody home. Could be the beginning of the end. Can't make those kind of mistakes.
No, and he shouldn't have let him lay in that ring that long. He should have stayed on him. Keep covering the man. Let the man have to push up. Let the man expend all his energy.
Well, he was successful with a couple of backbreakers. If he had laid a couple of more on, he might have been able to put the Corporal away.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm successful.
Corporal now really going to work on Canine.
And he's not letting up, you see? That's the difference there.
Suplex perhaps coming up. Well executed.
Now, he didn't go for the pin.
Got something else in mind. Irish whip in. Airplane spin coming up perhaps.
Oh, no.
Oh, the parachute drop.
He lost his balance.
He also lost the back. Canine did.
3 or 4 times that he could have won it.
Corporal Kersner continuing his winning ways here in the World Wrestling Federation, and the fans love it.
Here is your winner, Corporal Kersner.
I believe Kersner was ahead on points. Not Kersner, Canine.
You think he was? Here we go, back and take a look at our instant replay. Picked him right up here in a nice fireman's carry. I thought for a moment was going to give him an airplane spin, but did not. Very similar to the Samoans drop.
That's right.
Procedure exactly the same.
But the Samoans drop was more refined. I think Kersner just lost his balance and fell with the guy.
Corporal on to victory here in Toronto. We'll be back. Boy, the Corporal had a tough time.
Well, you know, the experience pays off. Week in and week out, Corporal Kersner continues to get worse.
Why do you say continues to get worse?
You saw it with me.
Yeah, I saw the match.
Boy, when I think how you're trying to sucker me in this thing, you know something. You don't know nothing.
I always know something.
You don't know nothing.
I always know
and you want
something.
me to get upset and worried. I'm not going to get upset and worried.
Great. Let's
Remember
talk
a year
about
ago when you gave me those stupid presents and stuff?
Let's talk
Try to make
about
a fool of me?
what's to come yet here this week. And we've got a couple of your guys standing by, and King Kong Bundy and Benedict waiting in the wing. Benedict Arnold.
I'm sorry.
Orndorff.
Paul
Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful.
Paul Orndorff. Yeah,
Mr.
waiting in the wings, so to speak.
And Hercules is going to be making an appearance.
Well, in sort of an unorthodox fashion, shall we say. Interesting 6-man tag also coming up. And, of course, our feature, non-title matchup, the Hart Foundation, the reigning champions, against a team that I think has greatness in store for them in the Killer Bees.
You think so?
Well, I do. I think they may need a little bit of a modification on some of the
Agnew button
things that they wear in the ring, but we'll be back with all those exciting bouts just a moment. Tag team action coming up right now. Six-man style. There's a tremendous six-man as part of WrestleMania 3, Brain.
That's right. Bundy.
Not talking about that. That's a mixed tag. I'm talking about the one involving the tag team champions, the Hart Foundation and Danny Davis. Yes. That other Benedict Arnold.
The Benedict Arnold. He was canned by Jack Tunney for doing his job.
Rightly so. They're going to have to pay Tito Santana. British Bulldogs are going to give them you-know-what for. But right now, a very exciting six-man tag coming at you, featuring the adorable one, Adrian Adonis. Let's go to the ring.
This is a six-man tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the respective managers, Johnny V. and the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. In addition, in the ring, Dino Bravo. Now, team number one at a total combined weight of 801 pounds, the Dream Team, Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake. And their partner, the adorable Adrian Adonis.
Adorable, yeah.
The opposing team has a total combined weight of 728 pounds. Introducing first, Rick Martel and Tom Zink, the Can and Connection. And their partner, Leaping Lenny Poffo.
Leaping Lenny Poffo.
Mr. Poffo has a poem for us all.
Oh, he does.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Jimmy Hart and Adrian are plotting a surprise with a pair of scissors and a sleeper hold. If Piper leaves for Hollywood with no hair on his head, they figure his career is going to fold. They have conjured up a scheme to spoil his happy day and make it hard to get an acting job. I sure hope his plans are thwarted March the 29th, because Adonis is a fat, disgusting slob.
Oh, my goodness. Look out!
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness, Adonis attacking. Oh, it's all breaking loose here. Look at this.
All six of them in there, and the referee's lost control already.
Right from the start. But look at this, the Can Connection and Leaping Lenny Poffo have cleared the ring area.
You know, I found Poffo's poem absurd.
I don't think I got the point.
No, you know why? Because I'm a star and I'm bald.
Well, Jesse, we have no idea what you're going to have on your head. Maybe even a price one of these days. All right, let's take you now to Adrian Adonis, who had comments earlier on about his impending WrestleMania match with Roddy Piper.
This is not Clipper Claude here. This is the adorable one, Adrian Adonis. And Mr. Piper going to Hollywood. He's going bald. You Brenner? No. As Roddy Piper, maybe Mr. Q-Tip himself.
In the ring now, that's Zink to the rope. No. Martel, I believe. Leapfrog by Brutus Beefcake. Hip toss, no. Block. Look at that maneuver and down. Shoulders over. 1, 2. Valentine.
Whoa. Good move by the Hammer.
Yeah, lucky move, too.
Saved the pinfall, I believe.
Martel and Zink. What a tag team combination. The Hammer comes in off the top rope. Martel and Zink. That's Zink tagging in now.
Hammer trying to get loose.
Yeah. Well, he got loose, all right.
Got loose the hard way.
Maybe a few loose screws as Valentine kicked his way to the midsection, chopped to the throat.
I'll tell you, though, the Hammer's tough. When it comes to tough, he exemplifies it.
Oh, smart move by Valentine. Misses the elbow. Drop kick by Zink. Another one. Valentine back to the corner. Valentine to the far side. Oh,
whoa. And I'll tell you what, the Hammer's always thinking in there, too. You know, Martel and Zink move quick, but sometimes they're too fast for their own thoughts, I believe.
Look at that maneuver. Tag is made. Martel in now. Martel hammering away. Lefts and rights. And Beefcake to the button. Look out, Valentine and Adonis catch one.
Now, what was the call for that? What purpose is that for?
Sure looked great.
Yeah, Well, you know, I always hear you complain when someone comes into the ring illegally. Then when a guy like Martel illegally hits someone on the apron.
Talk about illegal ring entrance. Look at this. Adonis, along with Valentine, beefcake in there. And one, oh no.
Whoa, right over the top to the floor.
Bravo, Adonis, along with Johnny V. And the mouth to the south on the outside, on the inside, it's Martel. Scoop now. Slammed to the canvas with authority.
The Dream Team setting him up for something, I'm not sure yet.
Hammering away. Wait a minute, what's Jimmy Hart? What's he doing? Adrian's reaching for... He's reaching for scissors. He's going to cut Martel's hair.
Wait a minute. He's cutting Beefcake's hair.
I think he thinks that's Martel.
What?
Yeah.
He cut Beefcake's hair.
Cover. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, man.
This place is electric.
The winners of this bout, the team of Leaping Lenny Poffo and the Can-Am Connection.
Beefcake has had to be restrained. Beefcake was going after Adrian Adonis.
Can you blame him? I can't believe Adonis. I mean, he just started blindly cutting hair and was cutting the hair of his own partner.
Beefcake going after his own hair. Look. Boy, he got it. Adonis cut a sizable amount out of Beefcake. I thought it was him. What's he saying?
He said he thought it was him, referring to Martel. Adonis is trying to explain that he thought it was Martel. And that's an irate Brutus Beefcake in there.
Well, Beefcake, I think, would like to have a little bit of Adrian Adonis. He is hot. Valentine, the partner of Beefcake, trying to cool him off. Let's go back to the replay now.
Well, some confusion over here. Here's go. Now look at Adrian Adonis. You think he's got Martel. Here he's cutting the hair of Beefcake. When Beefcake realizes this, of course, gets very, very upset. And look at this. Now, while he was arguing with Adrian Adonis, Martel's behind me, just curled him back and caught him with a quick count of 1, 2, 3.
Adrian Adonis is indeed a dummy. A big dummy.
What can I say?
What can you say?
It's an accident.
Even if it was an accident, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Adrian Adonis, aside from the mouth of the South, Colonel Jimmy Hart, doesn't have 5 friends that he could count on his fingers, and he just lost one of them.
Well, first of all, the ring is no place to have a scissors.
Well, I agree with that.
And
with tongue in cheek, you said that.
No, I didn't mean
Well,
that.
we won't get into
but
that.
What I'm trying to say is, in the heat of battle, he just made a mistake.
Yeah, he sure
He's
did.
going to have to live with it.
Sooner or later, he's going to have to pay for it because I tell you.
Don't get on me. I didn't cut his hair.
Brutus is hot. I've never seen this guy bent out of shape the way he was after that match.
Oh, he's hot. You'd be hot, too, if somebody cut your hair.
I want to make special reference to all the folks who, for whatever reason, cannot get to the Silverdome, Pontiac, Michigan, that the big extravaganza, WrestleMania 3, will be available on those huge, closed-circuited TV screens as well as the pay-per-view markets all over the entire world.
That's right, all over the entire world.
To see a happening.
Right. And everybody can rejoice. And I'm going to make sure you come to the victory party, Monsoon. You know why?
It may be awake. That's why you want me to be there.
I'll be awake. Yeah, I'll be there.
Not talking about that kind of wake. Coming up, King Kong Bundy. Coming up, a match with 2 individuals in it that are very, very heavily involved in WrestleMania 3. Talking about your man King Kong Bundy and the mixed 6-man tag team match with 2 little guys.
4 little guys.
Well, Little Tokyo and Lord Littlebrook on the side of Bundy, and of course Hillbilly Jim and
the Little Shaver and
Little Shaver, Little Beaver is the guy's name.
I forgot.
And the Haiti Kid.
And the Haiti Kid, yeah.
The Cocoa Butt Haiti Kid.
Right. You know, he can rear back, bash his head as hard as he can, and maybe crack the shin of Bundy.
Please, please. Let's talk about another one of your supposed stars, Hercules Hernandez, who will meet his match for sure.
Billy Jerk Haynes.
No, Billy Jack.
You know, he's got a temper, Billy Jerk, and he gets mad.
Not very often does he lose his cool.
Only when he looks in the mirror and sees what he paid for that ridiculous hat. That's when he gets
We're not going to get any sense out of this guy this week, so let's go direct to ringside. King Kong Bundy taking on
That head had
Billy
to cost
Jack.
him at least 60, 70 bucks.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. In the ring to my left, from Portland, Oregon, weighing 246 pounds, Billy Jack Haynes. His opponent is managed by Beverly Hills' own Bobby the Brain Heenan. From Atlantic City, New Jersey, weighing 458 pounds, King Kong Bundy.
That is one huge individual, Bundy. King Kong Bundy.
Well, we're going to find out how strong Billy Jerk Haynes is real quick.
We certainly will. Of course, there's always some consideration as to who is the stronger of the two, Billy Jack Haynes or Hercules, especially as it relates to the full Nelson. We may find out here as it relates to King Kong Bundy.
Well, Bundy's going to work fast here.
Look at that.
Wham!
Literally throwing the count! Bundy messing with the avalanche. Bundy, of course, involved in a six-man matchup in WrestleMania. He and two midgets to square off against Hillbilly Jim and his two midgets. As a matter of fact, earlier on, we had an occasion to chat with Hillbilly Jim and company about the possibility of Bundy using the avalanche.
That King Kong Bundy's a big old critter. Whew! Why does he come thrashing on me? Oh, me? Fellas, don't y'all worry one little bit. I'm gonna see that he don't do that.
I think legitimate concern there, don't you, Jesse, on the part of whether or not Bundy will attempt to squash one of those midgets in the six-man matchup.
I think there's definite concern. You know, if I was Bundy, I would.
What?
You're out there to win the match.
No. It's big man against big man. It'll be Bundy against Hillbilly, not any of the midgets.
Right, but if Bundy can sneak one in on one of the midgets and then have the other midget pin the midget.
Right now, Bundy is doing a pretty good job of throwing his weight around against Billy Jack Haynes. And Haynes, one of the toughest individuals you'll find anywhere.
This is a tremendous matchup. I mean, this match here is main event anywhere in the world.
Billy Jack Haynes whipped to the corner. Here comes Bundy moving and he misses. From behind, there's that full Nelson.
Wow.
Billy Jack.
If he could make King Kong Bundy
look out from behind. Look at that. Heenan coming in. Interfering in the match. Leaping. Running away from Billy Jack Haynes. Billy Jack with a bead on Bobby the Brain Heenan.
You know, personally, I think Heenan was a little too
Wait a minute. From behind. Look, from behind there. Hercules hammering away.
Uh-oh.
On Billy Jack. Oh, no. A triple team coming out.
Oh, yes.
Billy Jack Haynes. Ooh, no.
Big clothesline. There's some damage going to be laid out here.
Down off the steps.
Haynes is lucky he fell out to the floor.
That'll go down as a victory in the book of Billy Jack Haynes.
You know, personally, Vince McMahon, I feel that Heenan was premature in jumping into that ring. I don't think he could have put Bundy out with it.
The winner of this contest, as a result of a disqualification, Billy Jack Haynes.
Billy Jack the victor because of Bobby the Brain Heenan's interference. And of course, we saw what happened when Hercules arrived on the scene. Let's go back now to the replay.
I think the replay shows the fear that the Weasel and Bundy have over this devastating full Nelson, because look, as soon as he applied it, he wasted no time. Heenan did in coming in and hitting Billy Jack Haynes in the back. Now, he certainly had to know that this was going to have disqualification, but I think he was afraid that Bundy might have really given up from that full Nelson.
Well, last week you did the almost identical, despicable display, interfering once again. Would you have something going with President Jack Tunney of the World Wrestling Federation? Started out, you and he were the only ones at the hearing. Now you don't seem to be worried whatsoever about what kind of ridiculous things that you do in and around that squared circle. No fear whatsoever of maybe being suspended.
You're not going to suspend me for the simple reason.
I can't suspend you.
No. And Jack Tunney can't, and he won't. because he knows he's going to have to deal with the world's heavyweight champion, which will be Andre the Giant. And I manage him. So you suspend me, you don't have a champion to do business with. So I kind of got carte blanche to do what I want, Mr. Tunney. And anytime a moron like Billy Jack Haynes is going to get in that ring and try to make a fool out of any member of my family at our expense, he is going to have to pay for it one way or the other. Period.
Do you
End of
consider
conversation.
someone who has the ability to put a full Nelson on the likes of King Kong Bundy, making a fool out of your man?
End of conversation.
Your man was a fool to begin with. Coming up, another fool from the stable of the Brain, Benedict. Well, folks, about a year ago this time here in the World Wrestling Federation, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Benedict Arnold was more or less king of the hill, so to speak.
I beg your pardon, who?
I'm talking about Paul Orndorff.
Well, then talk properly about Paul Orndorff.
Well, he's a Benedict Arnold in my
Maybe
book.
to
It's
you.
etched in there for
I don't know
to the fans out there as well.
About fans.
Where is he now?
He will be at WrestleMania 3. He will not be in the ring, but he is going to be one of the first people in my family to step into the ring and congratulate the new world's champion. That's where he'll be.
I didn't ask you that. Where is he in the World Wrestling Federation? Where does he stand in contenders?
Contenders right now, he's probably rated one of the top 5.
Because he's currently under the tutelage of you, he's in deep trouble, as a lot of the other family members of Bobby the Brain Heenan. Let's go to the ring right now and take a look at who knows Benedict.
Call him right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing in the ring at this time, from Puerto Rico, weighing 245 pounds, Pedro Morales. His opponent is accompanied by his manager from Beverly Hills, California, Bobby the Brain Heenan. He represents from Tampa, Florida, weighing 253 pounds, Paul Mr. Wonderful Orndorff.
Bobby the Brain Heenan in the one-man cheering section for Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Still using the stolen music of the world's heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan, I'm a Real American. That's disgusting. Got a big smile on your face now, Paul, but you're in there with a tough cookie. I haven't seen an awful lot of Mr. Wonderful of late here in the World Wrestling Federation. Obviously living on... What is it? What is it? You won't be laughing by the time this match... Don't worry about me, Orndorff. That's the guy you got to worry about right there. Orndorff, as always, in excellent physical condition. A real specimen. That was disgusting. The two of you together are disgusting.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me.
You just hate to see winners, don't you?
Orndorff on the short end of that shoulder tackle by Morales. Morales with a scoop slam. Where's Benedict been hiding lately? I haven't seen an awful lot of him around.
He's been around.
Living off his laurels?
Living off the investments I've made for him.
Well, I'm certainly glad you're not investing my money for me.
You better be.
Morales got rid of him, dropped down quickly in front, over the top. Oh, there's that left hand right into the midsection. That'll slow down Benedict a little bit.
It's Mr. Wonderful to you.
Oh, no, it's Benedict to me. Maybe it's Mr. Wonderful to you. Orndorff, you guys didn't take this match too lightly, did you? You underestimating
no.
Pedro Morales?
Former world champion,
heavyweight champion?
Intercontinental, tag team champion.
Oh, Morales right out in front of us here. Taking advantage of the situation. Benedict really going to work now. Morales right out on the table with us right here. Bobby the Brain Heenan has left his position. Table's about to collapse here. Get that guy back in the ring, ref. What a despicable display here by Orndorff. Morales, as we all know, can absorb a whole lot of punishment and still continue in this match. We've seen him do that time and time again. Come on, ref, he's got his foot right on his throat. Where did you go?
I left the area for the simple reason I didn't want to be accused of anything.
Yeah, one-man cheering section.
Am I right? Could I have given him a cheap shot if I wanted to?
No, because I probably would have stopped you being this close.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Morales out again. Boy, his leg just whacked that steel bell here at ringside. Pedro in a whole lot of trouble. Referee Terry Orkston physically holding on to Orndorff to keep him from following him out.
Inside the ring, you stay inside.
Well, I can attest to the resiliency of Pedro Morales. This match a long way from being over. Orndorff trying everything in his power to put him away right now. Handful of hair trying to drag. What, he spent all that time kicking him out of the ring. Now he's dragging him back inside.
Playing with him.
Playing with him, huh?
Flying mare now, Paul. There.
Snap mare by Benedict, now going to the outside. Orndorff going to the top turnbuckle, awful slow getting up there. Morales got out of there in a hurry. It's payback time right now. Orndorff rammed into the top turnbuckle. Morales turning him around and now ramming him into the other side. Watch that big left hand, the wind up. Wow, right between the eyes.
He's using the fist, he's pulling the hair. Referee isn't trying to stop anything.
No, Orndorff didn't do any of that. Reversal. Duck underneath. Morales off. High cross body.
Come on, come on.
Down he goes. Oh, look at the momentum. Took him over. Look at the foot on the rope.
No foot on the rope. Excuse me.
Had his foot on the rope, ref. Referee didn't see it, obviously. But he did, in fact, have his foot on a rope.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, the first one up there to congratulate him. What a shallow victory that is. A miscarriage of justice here at Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Let's go back and see if we picked it up on our instant replay. The foot of Mr. Wonderful. Morales with a nice high cross body there, but the momentum of Orndorff took him right over the top. Referee down there now. Watch the leg. Well, we can't really see it. Can't really see it from that vantage point, folks, but take my word for it. The foot of Mr. Wonderful Benedict Arnold was definitely on the bottom rope. Very shallow victory indeed. Foot was indeed on the bottom rope.
Did you see it?
I was sitting there at ringside.
Did the people see it?
I can't. Well, so of course the people saw it.
I mean, did we just show it on TV?
No, you didn't see it because the camera angle wasn't there.
I'm sorry.
But I saw it. I was sitting right there at ringside.
Go call Judge Wapner. Leave me alone. What would you like to discuss with me now? You know why I want you at the party? You know why I want you at my victory party? So you can be the first one to sit there.
I like to go to parties.
Do you?
Yeah, but parties that I know are going to happen. This is not a for sure thing you're talking about.
So I mean you have two parties to go to. Either Hogan's or Andre's, whoever.
Okay, that's putting it a little nicer.
Okay,
yes.
fine. There's a good
chance. The way you're talking, it's a one-way street here. Andre the Giant's going to go out there and come back the world's heavyweight champion.
I agree with you.
Now, that's the way you're talking.
Oh.
That is indeed possible.
You're dying to say that. But you don't want to look bad to these people. You don't want them to say, Gorilla, you really want Andre to win? He does. He really does, because he likes big men.
Did you hear me say that?
But I know you, Monster. I know you like the back of my hand. You want Andre to become champion of the world. You've had it up to here with Hulkamania.
We'll be back with our feature.
You have. He has.
In just a moment.
She has. He has.
Big matchup in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. The Hart Foundation, the newly crowned, well, given the title of World Tag Team Champions.
I think you ought to mention to these poor misguided humanoids out here that this is a non-titled match.
Number one, people that watch Prime Time Wrestling are not poor nor humanoids.
No, you're right.
This is a non-title matchup because this match was signed before Danny Davis saw fit to give the belts to the Hart Foundation.
What would you do without me?
Killer Bee is a golden opportunity for them to make a tremendous mark with the Championship Committee of the World Wrestling Federation.
Non-titled match.
Let's go to the ring.
Sorry, humanoids.
What's going on?
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Florida, B. Brian Blair, and his partner, jumping Jim Brunzell, with a combined weight of 464 pounds, the Killer Bees. Their opponents are managed by the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Making their way to the ring from Reno, Nevada, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. His partner from Calgary, Alberta, is Bret the Hitman Hart. With a combined weight of 510 pounds, they are the Hart Foundation.
Reigning World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, although, Billy Red, this is a non-title matchup.
Yes, that's true. So,
understand that this match was booked a long time before they ever won, or shall I say stole, the belts.
You are looking at the Hart Foundation, baby, the World Tag Team Champions. And for your information tonight, and your information too, buddy, this match was signed before the Hart Foundations became the World Tag Team Champions. And we have the option tonight to see if these two guys here are worthy of a title match. And we have decided that they're not worthy of a title match. So tonight, the championship belts will not be on the line because we have the option. This is not a title match.
Well, he made himself sound awfully important, but that decision was not made by the mouth of the South. In fact, the decision was made by the Championship Committee of the World Wrestling Federation long before the mouth of the South ever even heard about it.
That's right, and like you mentioned earlier, Gorilla, they didn't win the title, they stole it. If anybody won the title, it was Danny Davis that won the title for them.
Well, Danny Davis put on a despicable display. It cost him his job as a referee. Since then, he has been suspended for life as a referee in the World Wrestling Federation by President Jack Tunney for life in 10 years, I think.
Well, whatever, and but since then, you notice he has joined the Hart Foundation. From what I gather, he is now in the stable of Jimmy Hart.
Well, I think he joined before.
Well, yes.
It was obvious to me that it appeared that way anyway.
Well, that's for sure.
But I'm sure we haven't seen the last of Danny Davis by a long shot.
Well, let's hope we have it. Let's hope we see him in the ring with a pair of trunks.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Love to see that. And I can't wait for Sunday, March 29th, WrestleMania 3, the greatest wrestling extravaganza of all time, to go down 4 p.m. Eastern Time, direct from the Silverdome, Pontiac, Michigan. Andre the Giant putting the tights on against the world's heavyweight champion, a man who's 15 years undefeated, Billy Red.
Yes.
Against Hulk Hogan, a little bit over 3 years now as reigning champion. It's going to be a classic.
It certainly is. And Gorilla, you know, you and I have been around this business for a few years. That's one match I never thought would happen, and that's one I'm certainly not going to miss.
Here's guys who are deep, close, personal friends. The Hulkster idolized Andre, patterned his whole career after the ideals that Andre the Giant instilled into Hulk Hogan. I can't believe what's happening.
No, I can't either.
It will be a happening, though. There'll be 90,000 plus on hand in the Silverdome. You can bet on that.
Biggest crowd ever.
History will be made. Little B action by B. Bryan. Take a look at the foot attire, Billy Red, on Killer B. Something new.
Yes, it looks like, well, they'll get more traction out of those, I guess.
Well, what are they, B boots? Is that what they're calling them, or what? What are you complaining about? Mouth to the south, Jimmy Hart. What are you so ecstatic about?
2 men in the ring, Gorilla. Wake up and look.
Well,
this ain't a handicap match. Look at this.
You have a 5 count. Are you familiar with the rules? Do you have any clue as to what the rules are all about in tag team wrestling?
Yes, I do. And that's why we won the World Championships fair and square, baby.
The championship was handed to you on a silver platter by Danny Davis, who is no longer part of the officiating team of the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, let me tell you something, big man. Like I said before, you're one of the ones that laughed at the Hart Foundation. I predicted we'd be the world champions, and we are the world champions now.
Well, I never laughed at the Hart Foundation. You're wrong on that count. I always expounded the virtues of the Harts and what they could do inside the ring. But let's face it, they stole the titles, courtesy of Danny Davis.
You see what you want to see, but we are the world champions, baby, and we've got the last laugh on the whole wrestling world, baby. The world champions.
You are, in fact, the world champions. I'm not denying that fact. I'm only questioning the manner in which it was obtained.
Let me ask you this, baby. You saw what happened tonight, too. Look at Davey Boy, Dynamite Kid fell off the ring apron, hit his head on the post, and knocked himself out.
This is what put Dynamite Kid out of commission right here. This is the piece of equipment that put Dynamite out. This is what helped steal away from the Hart Foundation the championship of the world.
Give me my horn back. You're going to be sorry you did that, Gorilla.
We have not heard the last. Perhaps we will hear the last as part of WrestleMania 3 when the big 6-man tag team match goes down. Tito Santana along with the British Bulldogs against the Hart Foundation and the very devious and also unemployed at this particular point in time, Danny Davis. We'll be back with the conclusion in a moment. I appreciate if you check with me before you do things. I don't mind Billy Red Lyons coming down and doing some commentary with me on occasion, but I object to you just getting up and leaving. Don't say anything. Sometimes you send that other goofball Johnny V down to do commentary. I don't appreciate that. I think I demand a little more respect than that from you.
I don't answer to anybody about anything.
You answer to me about what we do out there, I'll tell you that.
Not when you're the host, you don't. Please. I do what I want to do.
Let's go back to Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens, the conclusion
and
of the
I'm not
special
turning around.
I don't care whether you are.
I can do whatever I want to do.
Very clever maneuver there by the end of the lookout. Wide open B. Bryan as the hitman did a number on him.
Well, Gorilla, you know, the Mouth of the South said they've got the last laugh, but I don't know. I think you and I are going to be around to get the last laugh.
Well, I'm sure that there's plenty of hot teams right now here in the World Wrestling Federation. You've got Demolition. You've got the K&M Connection, Rick Martel, Tom Zink. You've got Brutus Beefcake, Greg the Hammer Valentine, the former champions. You've got the Killer Bees that we're looking at. All kinds of guys. You've got the Rougeau brothers, Jacques and Raymond. The Demolition, the latest team brought in by Luscious Johnny V. It's going to be tough to hold on to those tag team belts.
It certainly is. All the pressure is going to be on them.
Killer B is not faring too well right at this particular point in time as B. Bryan gets rammed out there on the ramp by the hitman, who's really not even the legal man inside. Notice how the Hart Foundation always seems to keep the action on their half of the ring.
Oh, yes, that you have to give them credit for. That's the name of the game. You know.
Oh, look at that. Cheap shot.
from the outside. I don't know whether the referee saw that or not. It could have been a disqualification had he. He thinks he saw it.
Well, you know, when you get a combination like this in there, the Hart Foundation, you almost need two referees.
Absolutely. I've always said that, Billy Red. I've always expounded the virtues of having two referees in tag team matches, one inside and one out. And there's never any question about who can see exactly what's going on. Excellence of execution on the part of the Hitman, but it wasn't enough to keep B. Bryan down. But once again, in the wrong part of town, as another quick tag made, the Hart Foundation showing us the continuity that is so necessary in tag team wrestling.
Well, you know, you have to give credit where credit's due, and that's the thing to do. Keep your opponent over in your corner, if you can. Keep him in your half of the ring.
B. Bryan. Oh, look at this. No tag made here.
Well, the referee's calling it the way he saw it.
How could you possibly reach and make a tag from that position?
Yes, he tagged.
The rule is if you see the tag made, you allow it. If you don't, you don't. That's it. It's very simple. Very cut and dry. Chin lock, but he's lost the leverage now as B. Bryan is sneaking out the back door. And the Hitman is about to lose control of this hold. And he did. B. Bryan needs desperately to get over and make a tag to Jumpin' Jim.
Come on, Blair, give it up, punk.
Killer Bees have tremendous things in their arsenal that they can attack with, but you gotta have the fresh man inside the ring.
Absolutely. You know, when you had that megaphone in your hand, Gorilla, it's too bad you didn't have time to throw it out the front door or something, because...
Well, I've broken a few of those. Nice move by B. Bryan, as I think he's knocked the wind out of the Hitman. Now's the time to make the tag, as Jumpin' Jim is ecstatic in the corner. He wants in. Here comes the anvil. Tag made. The referee did not see it. And he's not allowing it. Well, what's good for the goose is obviously not good for the gander. Surprise drop kick by the big 300-pounder.
Oh, what do we got here?
Oh, there you go. They're putting the masks on. Killer Bees with their famous bee masks. They've put them on now outside the ring. Now it's going to be tough to find out who's who.
Wow.
I believe that's B. Bryan on the left, who's the legal man inside the ring, but it's Brunzell instead who comes in. Referee doesn't have a clue.
No, he doesn't, but they got a fresh man in there.
Oh, the Hitman comes in and clobbers his own partner. Jumpin' Jim now on fire. Wow, just rammed them together. The mouth of the South is static. Doesn't know what to do. Scoop up. Slam and a beauty over for the cover. Won't get him.
So close and yet so far. Sends him in for a ride. Beautiful drop kick,
Beautiful
yes.
drop kick. Only one guy can do that. That's Jumpin' Jim Brunzell. There's no question in my mind now who's underneath that particular B mask.
Oh, wait a minute.
Look at this. B. Bryan from the outside up on the top turnbuckle. Whoa, what a high sunset flip. The wrong man's inside. They got it. Tremendous victory by the Killer Bees over the Hart Foundation. Unfortunately, the belts were not up for grabs.
Here are your winners, the Killer Bees.
Killer Bees victorious here. They got this standing room only crowd up on its feet in a hurry as they put one over on the Hart Foundation. Let's go back and take a look, Billy.
There we see Jim Brunzell working his way back to the corner. The Hitman on top of him, and over comes B. Bryan Blair. Rolls him up, the referee's right there, and it's all over. Unfortunately, like you said, Gorilla, the title was not on the line.
Belts not up for grabs, but an extremely important victory in the eyes of everyone by the Killer Bees over the Hart Foundation. They are ecstatic, and rightly so. Killer Bees on to victory. Very wise decision on the part of the World Wrestling Federation to, well, save the belts
so to speak, for the Hart Foundation. Non-title matchup, all they got was the short end of the money.
You know, when you think about how they won the championship, how Dynamite was on the floor injured, he did the same typical thing that all British people do. When they go into battle, he laid down, he quit.
Why don't you stop?
That's what happened. He didn't get...
He got whacked right over the head by the megaphone from the mouth of the South. Didn't you see it?
No, I must have missed that.
You know, obviously, you miss a lot of things conveniently, don't you?
No,
I'll tell you what you won't want to miss. You won't want to miss Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker, as part of WrestleMania 3. You won't want to miss our special guest timekeeper, the host of Entertainment Tonight, Mary Hart, as part of WrestleMania 3. Who are some of the other folks?
Well, there is the First Lady of Soul that is going to sing America the Beautiful.
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin. And Samantha Fox.
Samantha Fox.
She is going to be keeper of the crown. She's going to present the crown to the winner, either the King of Wrestling, Harley Race, or the Junkyard Dog. You know, she has eyes for me, you know.
Yeah, she said she liked your lips. She said, take a look at the kisser on that guy. We'll be back in a moment. Folks, that wraps it up for another week here on Prime Time, but really things are just starting to build momentously for WrestleMania 3. We know all the matches now. We know all the events that are going down. We even know that Alice Cooper will be in the corner of Jake the Snake Roberts when he takes on the honky-tonk, the back jumper, the real stand-up guy.
If it's not bad enough that he has that snake in the bag, you know what Alice Cooper is famous for, besides rock music?
Snakes.
Snakes.
Well,
have 90,000 snakes in the Silver Dome, too?
Well, I'm sure there'll be...
What has she got to do with professional wrestling anyway?
What do you mean she? Alice Cooper is not a she.
Well, it's a guy with a girl's name.
You're showing right now just how unintelligent you are. There are going to be a lot of strange people in corners. In the corner of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, in fact, will be George the Animal Steel.
Yeah, he's about as
a
strange
real
as they come.
thorn in the side of the Macho Man Randy Savage. Maybe a year is about as long as a guy like Savage can hold on to a belt as prestigious as the Intercontinental
Maybe a little over 3 years is as long as another gentleman can, and I use that term very, very loosely, can hold on to another championship.
Well, it's a lot. 3 times is a long time to hold on to any kind of belt, let alone the world's heavyweight championship belt.
But I want you to realize something, everybody else. This isn't just another match. This isn't just another day in your life. This is history. History is going to be made. You're going to see the greatest athletes in the world at the greatest sports facility in the world. And you're going to see the world's heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan, go down at the feet of Andre the Giant.
That remains to be seen. We'll see you all next week.
I've said it all.